Gemini. 2025 is just here, and as far as I'm concerned, it is Happy New Year. Gemini, let's go and see some messages for your sign this year. This will be the third 2020. Let's go and see. Not sure what that echo was, but anyway. Gemini, welcome to Miss Gemini. This will be the third reading I've done for your collective so far on 2025. I recommend, if you are interested, take a peek at the Gemini playlist on my channel and check the previous two videos I've done. I did one video that's relating to a prediction that was made over 3 decades ago, or maybe 3 decades ago. My cats are meowing. And I have some words of wisdom there because someone made a very interesting prediction about the Gemini collective that long ago for this year, 2025. I thought, oh, that's interesting. Let me go and do a reading on it. And also, Gemini, I did do another reading, but this one was short. Maybe it was like 3 or 5 minutes of what you should lean into for 2025 overall. This reading that I'm about to do is also an overall reading. I'm not really defining it by time. What I will say, Gemini, I don't know. We'll see what comes out. I'm leaving it pretty open. Could be about love, could be about work, could be about life. We'll just see. Also, though, Gemini, I will come out with January 2025 readings, and I will also do those love forecast readings for January. So keep an eye out for that. If you find this video interesting, Gemini, consider giving me a thumbs up. And if something interesting happens, Gemini, consider leaving me a comment. It could be in any Gemini video. Let me know, Gemini. I am curious. Gemini, I'm going to pull 3 cards for this reading. 3 distinct messages. We'll take a peek at them. Clarify if we are interested, curious, necessary. Let's take a little bit of a look. All right. Gemini for 2025. I have the Star. That wants to come out, Gemini. Do we take Temperance out? I don't know. Is it going to come out? I guess it is going to come out. Oh, 2 of them. Transition. And Page of Swords. All right, Gemini, maybe we'll tackle this card that fell out, the Temperance and 5 of Pentacles. I'm actually going to read this as one message, Gemini. These 2. Gemini, this is regaining balance. Also like a shift, change of seasons, change of pace. It is also in this energy too, Gemini. Looks like a critical eye you've gained. Surely some of you must have gained quite a critical eye from the events of last year, or perhaps something that you're still processing over, or last year, over the past 2024. Either it happened in 2024 or you've still been digesting something. Definitely has been something hard to go down that you've been masticating over. Masticating, another word for chewing. Definitely something you've been digesting. And with that, every chew, every grind of the teeth, Gemini, in this energy, I'm not going to say you've healed, I'm going to say you've gained a critical eye. Quite the critical eye, Gemini. It's also too, Gemini, I don't want to say tougher. I don't want to say sharper. It's almost too, maybe before Gemini, let's say your natural buoyancy, like your natural inclinations to jump into things. For those of you who have gone through something and digested it, took a long time in digesting it, not moving on, not healing, blah, blah, blah. It's like understanding it, Gemini, processing it, rationalizing it. And in this energy, it's like your natural buoyancy has been tempered. Think about it this way too, Gemini. In this energy, you see little kids hopping and skipping and jumping. And in this energy, it's like more business-like. A little bit of maturation here. Thank you, Mega. Yes, I'm growing my nails once more. Besides the actual calendar days, I also personally count time by the length of my nails, and then I take them down again and grow them up again. See how they are by February. But thank you. So let's go and clarify this. This critical eye, this, it's a critical eye. What you have digested from one tough meal. It definitely is a little bit of your natural buoyancy in 2025 for some of you, Gemini. It's been a little stifled. Now it's not even cautious. And perhaps stifled is the wrong word. Cautious is not the right word, but it's closer than stifled. It's not even more guarded. You know what this is too, Gemini? I feel like in this energy. I said your natural buoyancy feels like it has been almost contained a little bit, but in response or growth to that, Gemini, I feel like the new you in 2025. So I said you've been digesting something. You rationalize something, you've been thinking about something, or you're going to. That's going to come to sort of your own personal epiphany. And Gemini, it could be that maybe you lean into your feelings more, you lean into your gut. However you've been processing or judging people and situations before, Gemini, I feel like in this energy, maybe before you had some sort of metric or you met people before similar, you watched little details about how they reacted and so forth, and you came upon your conclusions about how to treat them or how to trust them, how to move forward from that. And I feel like for 2025, that natural buoyancy that you had is almost going to be replaced by something almost as free and almost as seemingly illogical. And that, Gemini, is by how you feel. You're going to lean into that. Does it really matter, Gemini, if it makes sense to anyone else but you, even maybe to you, Gemini, but it's how it feels. You're going to be more honest with yourself. Or let's go and say, too, that what I'm getting for 2025 is for you to open up and be more honest to yourself. Don't hold yourself by the expectations or the perceptions of others, Gemini, in this energy. Who cares? It is leaning into your own Gemini rule book. If it makes sense to you, Gemini, if it feels right to you, Gemini, and if you see how something could be done or could be explored, Gemini, then definitely go ahead and do that. Gemini, this Five of Pentacles and Temperance. Oh, it's about changing or adding another method to your own, or another tool to your own madness, right? Another tool to your method. Another way to explore something. As I said, maybe before, maybe before you rationalize things, well, now you can go and add. Who cares about it making rational sense or not? You'll just go on pure feeling intuition, or you'll just zigzag back and forth between what logically makes sense and what doesn't. But basically, that's what this is growth. And you're adding a new toolkit to how you operate. And it also feels like, even if you sort of felt this before, Gemini, lean into it a whole lot more. Lean into it equally. Just like we have our dominant hands that we use, well, Gemini, develop the other hand. I want to talk because this hand is really my dominant hand. I need to start using this hand more. But that's the sort of energy here. Both hands can do the same thing, Gemini. And both things can do the same thing in this energy to the same level of perfection. 2025 is a chance for you to lean into your non-dominant skill sets, your non-dominant, ways of interacting with the world, and make them all equally prominent. Okay, that's that energy here. Let's check out the star, Gemini. The star. Just want to shuffle real quick. Star gets the moon again. So star gets the moon, Two of Pentacles, and Ace of Cups. Yeah, Gemini. The message is essentially the same as is Temperance and Five of Pentacles. In fact, even looking at this energy, one could say that Five of Pentacles together with Temperance is almost the long form version of what star energy is. It's related energy. And likewise, Gemini, this message is pretty much the same. It's a redundant message. It's a message that needs to come out. And that's Gemini. Switch it up. Gemini, lean into the unpredictable. Don't be predictable, Gemini. Don't follow a standard rule book or playbook of how to act, what to say, what to do, Gemini. Be as spontaneous as you can, Gemini. Take each opportunity as an opportunity to create your own unique recipe for that day, that situation, that person, for you, your own unique you. Your own unique you now, your own unique you yet to come, your own unique you in the morning, your own unique you in the afternoon. Gemini, lean into, should I call it the seasons? Lean into the many facets of you. That's what this energy is for 2025. Lean into the facets, the many different facets of you. And don't be predictable, Gemini. Don't follow, Gemini. Take what benefits you as it benefits you, Gemini, and innovate upon that. Switch it up, Gemini, and don't be predictable, Gemini. Also, to Gemini, in that energy, let me say, don't assume things are going to be predictable for you as well. Just as this energy encourages you to switch it up, Gemini, you should also anticipate the ground that you're on shifts as well. And just because you're on stable ground, Gemini, does not mean that you are on bad ground, Gemini. No, what you're on, Gemini, are on opportunities to make very large leaps. Perhaps, Gemini, some people say, oh, well, this is the way that you go about achieving success. Especially when you watch like those old time people in the media, they're saying, oh, you got to start off with entry level job, or you got to start off in the mail room, and then you go and you through eagerness and a clean appearance, you go and you rise up the ranks. Gemini, in this energy, Gemini, in this energy, it's like maybe you go and you spill coffee on someone. They go, oh, you spilled coffee on me. And then you go and you somehow find out that they are the ones who are hiring for, let's say, mid managerial roles. You bypass the entry level roles. I don't know. There's something about here that with working with the unpredictable and not being on a shaky ground, you bypass several steps and several stages. They are unnecessary for you. Gemini, you should not even consider the proper way of going about achieving success, or the way people say that you should, or maybe even conformity, how to go and get ahead. There's conformity in there. Also, too, you should not be thinking of that. That is not for you, Gemini. What you should be thinking of are creating and taking advantage of the opportunities and how you can make those jumps from that, because there are big jumps for you to make. There are big jumps for you to take advantage of. All right. Page of Swords. Sounds like someone is scratching something, Gemini. Scratch, scratch, scratch. I will check it out when I'm done with this final reading. I can almost tell by the way it's scratching. It must be by my little princess, my Kwee Chen, the calico. She must have did the bad somewhere. I will go and find out what kind of bad she did after this reading. See, that's the thing why I need to go and keep all the cats locked up when I do my readings. They all do bad things. Someone's clawing up something. Someone's screaming in the background. Someone else goes in the other room and screams. Okay, you turn your back for one instant, Gemini, and it's like confetti. And it's particularly confetti because I'm not paying attention to them. Oh, Gemini, I am surrounded by little feline trolls. I'm going to get back to your reading, and then I'm going to find out what kind of bad did she do. Okay. Ten of Cups. I almost want to go and see what sort of bad she did now, but it's already done. Ten of Cups, Five of Swords, Ace of Swords. Well, essentially, someone's going to go and make an offer to you, Gemini. It takes some courage, Gemini, for them to approach you in such confrontational energy. You know, they want to be sure that you get what they want. The nice thing about this energy, Gemini, very clear. You should know exactly what this person wants. You should be able to tell them exactly what you want. They'd like to know exactly what you'd want. Very clear communication, very direct. Gemini. Gemini in this energy, it's like you could be on the same page about what you want and how you communicate and your expectations. Shall we take a look at this Five of Swords, Gemini? Actually, I'm going to take a look at Five of Swords and throw cards just to see how these two are aspected. I want to make sure if we're dealing with some good energy, some whatever energy, let's take a little closer look. Ten of Cups, High Priestess. High Priestess for a Ten of Cups. Unless this is a secret admirer. Seven of Cups. Well, it's somebody with a little bit of insecurities, Gemini. They're not going to feel exactly confident to say either everything on their mind or everything that what they hope for. There is clear communication. We're going to find out exactly how clear or how honest or how transparent that is. They're going to say something quite direct. The issue is, Gemini, with what they say and what they want, they're going to want more than what they say. They're not going to tell you the full story of what they want. Five of Swords. Actually, let me do Ace of Swords first. Three of Swords. So this person's been waiting to tell you this. Actually, Gemini, yeah, somebody's been waiting to tell you this. This is a remnant from this year, Gemini, 2024. Somebody is going to approach you, a love offer. I'm pretty sure it's a love offer, Gemini. They're not going to tell you everything of what they want or they hope from you. They've been planning this for a while, Gemini. And Five of Swords. Well, it's kind of now or never. reason why I say that almost in that voice tone is just because, well, gee, they took a long time thinking about you, Gemini, or they will take a long time thinking about you. It feels like they are currently already thinking about you, and already it's been a long time for me. I don't know how impatient you are or patient, Gemini. This person, if you ask me, they should have gotten like a move on much sooner, Gemini. They should have got a move on much sooner, but they're doing it now. Five of Swords clarified by Five of Wands. Page of Pentacles in the chart. Yeah, they're finally getting a move on. I don't know what sort of hassles or friction that they had. Maybe they felt like they had to rise above the fray around you, Gemini. Maybe they themselves had some mess, some ick, some complications that wouldn't look good to you, Gemini. Did they have complications that they had to go and wait to clean up their act before approaching? There is something, Gemini, I find a little sour. Not saying bad, I'm just saying something's not entirely sweet here. Gemini, this person has spruced up their image about you. Gemini, this person is not going to tell you the full 360 about them and what they've been doing. Gemini, for the person that I have here, the love connection I have here, I would just go and do a little light digging, Gemini, into their not so recent past. Because I think there are some juicy things you would find out, Gemini, that they would prefer not sharing with you ever. For them, Gemini, this is a whole new page, a whole new start, a whole new them. And whatever this is, they just, like a snake, just wiggled out of that skin and just left it there. They're trying to leave it there. Gemini, I would say, since this came up specifically in your reading for 2025, it would behoove you to take a peek at your possible romantic prospects. It would behoove you to see what have they been involving themselves with in the not so distant past. Because Gemini, what I get here is they've been cleaning up their act. They've been cleaning up their act, Gemini. And I do think they're not going to share what that act was to you, Gemini. A little poking, I'm sure, will reveal much, Gemini. Gemini, shall I say signs? Why not? This was a love reading. I have for you, Gemini, Cancer. I have Libra. I have Pisces. I have Aquarius. I have Aries. I have Leo. I have Pisces. Did I ever say Pisces? Yes, you have strong Pisces. You have Scorpio. The strongest is Pisces. And I do think this Aquarius energy is pretty strong. This Cancerian energy is pretty strong as well. I'm going to say Leo Aries energy, not as strong, but it's there. Anyway, Gemini, that is what I see for you for 2025 to start. Gemini, again, as I said, keep an eye out for the January readings I'll be doing as soon as I wrap up the other signs. I think I have 5 or 6 left to go. And as soon as I do that, I'll be doing January readings and also the January love forecast if you're interested. I probably will also do a money as well, but I don't think I'm going to be doing it by itself because that's just too exhausting. I'll probably be doing a collective on money and finances for the signs. Anyway, Gemini, until the next video, I am wishing all of you the most beautiful day. I'm going to figure out what sign I'll do next. If I'll do it next, we'll see. Anyway, Gemini, wishing all of you the best. Bye-bye.